Hi everyone, and welcome to another live broadcast in which we discuss amazing innovations. Now, let me know where you're from, where you're watching from. Are you from the Netherlands like me or from another country? And let me start by asking you, will it be possible for robots to help us in our everyday lives now or in the short future? Welcome, this is the Intelligent World. Thanks to MIT for sharing this research again. Now, if your company has some research or innovation that you want to share, direct message me, and maybe you can be in this broadcast as well. Now, this technology I think is amazing. This robot can actually, what you see, manipulate all these kinds of soft materials. And this is quite an important discovery, because traditionally robots are really good at handling this harder, more rigid type of objects. And they are challenged by working with all kinds of softer materials, because when you move one part of a flexible structure, the other parts are correspondingly move as well. Now, what do you do with one part affects the other? Now, this robot has no problem with making shapes out of this dough. Now, let's watch the full video. By using AI, artificial intelligence, and just 10 minutes of image data, researchers have discovered that their system can learn from this visual input and make shapes out of this dough in the form of letters. What's really cool is that this is type of unexplored territory. Scientists have previously used all kinds of ropes or clothes, and they have all kinds of advancements in robotics. But manipulating such a deforming object as dough is, like this dough, you can make it any type of shape, has never been done with success. Now, I have a question for you, and answer me in the chat. So what do you think this type of amazing technology can be used for, and where you can imagine that it can grip all kinds of soft objects, and if objects changes, the robot can still, let's say, manipulate it and can bring it to the right shape. It can be in healthcare, it can be in manufacturing, it can be in retail, any type. What you think, put it in the chat and let me know, and we can discuss it later on in the broadcast. Now, this structure uses camera to collect the sensor type of data from the environment, and it turns into let's say, some kind of clouds of particles and represent the shapes. And these type of clouds particles, they look like dots on the computer screen in the form of shapes, as you can see now on the screen. And the network uses this particular data in the shape of letters to simulate how these shapes move. So you still get it? So the AI algorithm determines the behavior of this machine and this way it learns to shape the dough. This technology is important because scientists envision this robot helping, for example, with household chores and with tasks, all different kind of tasks in your house, or assisting the elderly or people with limited mobility, for example. Now, if robots can learn to work with a variety of type of materials and adapt to their environment and make predictions by being fed by these type of images, you can just imagine what these robots can learn and what they can do in the future. If they can, just with 10 minutes of training, they can create already these letters. This amazing technology, I believe, demonstrates how robots can use data efficiently to plan motion via a predictive model. Researchers, they plan on changing the tools to manipulate all different kinds of materials. If you think about dough making, is one of the examples, and it would require all kinds of various materials. Basically one gripper can't solve it in this case. Now, this AI model can also be refined so that it can be trained to accomplish all kinds of longer horizon planning tasks in the future. So it's not just making this clay and making this letter. This is just one test. Now let me see what we have in the test in the chat in the meantime. I see we have Sade, if I pronounce it correctly, and Bulent from Boston, welcome. Now, Bulent, he says robots will be helping us in the near future, self-driving car, kitchen robots. I think these are all great examples. And Robots and George says robots and AI collaboration is definitely a no-brainer for the future, and I think that as well. Before we end, I have another question. So how do you envision this type of technology being used in the future, or maybe even for your own future? We know that it's coming, but give me any example that you think is worthwhile spending an effort in to support you in your daily life, or maybe you have a grandma where you think, hey, this technology can really help her. Come up with any idea, and I'm really looking forward to hearing that from you. Now, thanks everyone for joining this stream and to talk about this type of advanced technology, what we do basically on a weekly basis. Once again, if your company has some kind of research or some kind of innovation that you want to share on my channels to in total more than 400,000 followers, let me know, direct message me, and I will follow up with you, and maybe you can be on this broadcast as well. Be sure to continue the conversation with us on the chat, whether it's on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch. We are on all the channels. Thank you for watching. This is The Intelligent World, and we're looking forward to seeing you next time.